Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to part 9 of Dark Souls 2 Skull of the First Sin. And once again, we will make our way through Lost Bastille, dodging this guy's badly aimed fireball. These guys are not that hard to fight, but I will tell you, if they hit you, they will hit you a lot. So, yeah. So, moving on, this time we will actually be using a Fragrant Branch of Yore. Because when I showed earlier down by McDuff, there was a gate next to those, next to McDuff. The large gate that the dogs were sitting in front of. This gate is a bit dangerous. Well, not really dangerous, I wouldn't say. But, is he gonna walk off? Is he gonna walk off? Why don't you walk off? I don't want to walk off. Fine. We'll have a range to battle. I don't mind shooting you with arrows. I have plenty. But yeah, so he's down. But the gate down there cannot be opened. What's past that gate is the area we got to after defeating No Man's Wharf. So, the two entrances are actually right next to each other. Now, this is what I meant by using the Fragrant Branch of Yore to unpetrify people. Is this man right here was petrified, and now he's not. And now he's dead. So I bet he wished he was still petrified. So now there's a good trick to getting through this room where there's a crap ton of soldiers. Is just roll down the stairs like this. You will have to fight this guy. There's no avoiding him unless you just run really quickly. But all of the soldiers down there will try to follow you. And if you walk carefully through here, those two will not draw aggro. You can get down here to where the boss door is at. I can then go ahead and use some dark pine resin. And we will now attempt this boss fight. Do you note I said attempt? This is the Ruined Sentinel boss fight. And it has been known for giving me and many other players of this game a lot of trouble. This boss is pretty difficult, namely due to the fact that there are actually 3 of these jerks. Now, one tip I will say is that when killing the first one, don't leave this platform. If you leave the platform, the other 2 will automatically join the fight. But until you leave the platform, or until you kill this one, the first 2 will stay where they're at. They won't come after you. But now that I've killed the first, the other 2 are going to start making their way to come after me. Starting with the one that was already downstairs. Will come and jump up. At which point I can get some attacks in on it before the next one gets over here. The other one should be here about now. And this is where I often have my difficulties. Is dealing with these 2 at the same time. Because 9 times out of 10, when one's attacking, the other is not. So you have to try and get them to attack doing stuff like this, or just attacking very close to one another. You also want to try and keep them both in your sights at all times. this boss fight... Now, I will tell you this boss fight becomes a lot easier once you've killed one of these two. But it's killing one of these two that makes the fight very difficult. Because it becomes tricky to try and deal with both opponents at once as they attack separately. And it becomes even harder when you get to that point in which your health is not enough and you need healing. Right now is my best chance to heal because they were both busy recovering from their attacks. But this boss fight isn't hard once you have only one sentinel left to fight, because it's no different than fighting the one that you fought up on the platform, only you have more space to dodge. I commend anyone who's ever fought this boss 3-on-1, because I've never wanted to attempt such a thing. I have a hard enough time dealing with 2 on my own. More or less trying to deal with all 3 at the same time. Their spin attack is probably the best chance to attack them, because the spin attack is the one attack they usually try to do together. Like when one of them goes to spin, usually the other one will follow with a spin as well. So the spin is usually one of your best chances to attack, of course, that is considering when they do spin. I'd like them to spin soon. Oh, that's good too. But this fight is all about keeping them both in your sights and waiting for that chance to attack. I've always disliked this fight so very much. Due simply to how random and erratic these two can be. Means that each one has their own is attacking separately. It'd be one thing if they attacked in unison all the time, but considering that they don't. And you saw how much health they took off of me when I didn't have my shield raised. Now my shield is not a 100% physical defense. If it was, I would take no damage. But my shield is only 90, so I still take 10% of the damage that they want to inflict on me. This fight is such a pain. Can't stand these two. Thank God they're doing the spin. 2, 3. Crap! I got greedy. Heal now. I'm dead. Damn it! It's always what happens. I get so close and then I'm low on health. I go to heal and then they suddenly recover quickly and hit me. I really wish that you could just fight them one at a time. That's what I've always wished for that boss fight, was that you didn't have to fight them at the same damn time. I've never understood why the developers of Dark Souls have always had the idea of, hey, let's make a boss a bit more difficult just by having more of them. Like, why? It's not true difficulty. That's just adding more people to be irritating with. It's just something I've never understood. Like, what's the purpose of adding more people? Like, wasn't the number they already had enough? Wouldn't it just be good for just one? I mean, if they just took Ruin Sentinels and gave you one opponent, but it had 3 times the health of what the boss currently has, for all 3 of them together, then I wouldn't mind it. You know, but it's just the fact that the way the boss fight works, it just doesn't work in my opinion. Unfortunately, this douche has decided he's going to try and attack me now, which is why I don't like this guy. If you try to avoid him and get through here, he will, for some reason, draw aggro on you, and will come to join you while you're trying to go past him. Okay, let's roll down. Dodge this jerk. And just charge up the ladder. At this point, I'm just more worried about actually getting to the boss fight than actually dealing with those jerks. Okay, here we go once again. We have more Ruin Sentinels. I really wish that they didn't have so much attack power as well. In the original game, these guys could actually be your 3rd boss fight, depending on how you did things. I mean, if you chose to go to Force of the Fallen Giants, kill Pursuer, and then head straight here in the original game, you would actually be able to fight these guys 3rd. So imagine this being your 3rd boss fight in the game. I just hate Ruin Sentinels so damn much. I still personally think that this game should have had but this boss should have had less bosses. I might end up going quiet here in a little bit in order to focus intently on this boss. And I got hit. I kind of figured I would when I started trying to dodge. Now, luckily they can't do the really long jump when underneath that balcony. Like, they can't do the huge jump high in the air, spinny jump attack thing that they can do. Because they can't jump very high when underneath the platform. It sucks that I normally end up spending more time defending, waiting for my chance to strike, that I end up just losing so much health. I hate that too. That's one thing I hate about thrusting weapons, is that if you let go of the shield button... Yes! Okay. But if you go to let go of the shield button to try and thrust with with a thrusting weapon in one hand, your character won't actually put the shield down at first. It takes a couple seconds. So if you hit it too quickly, they won't drop the shield, and they'll end up doing the behind the shield stabbing attack, which can sometimes get you killed due to the sheer nature of you losing stamina when getting hit by your shield, and then your character doesn't want to drop the shield. This boss fight, I've never been able to stand it. Such an annoying boss. Get past this part. Now, like I said, this boss is completely optional. If you take the other route from No Man's Wharf, you can actually completely skip this boss fight. But there's stuff that you can only get upon beating this boss. Yeah, suck it, you fucking ruined bitches. Okay, I'm happy now. Not there, or is it? There it is. There are a crap ton of hidden walls in this one room. So we got a rusted coin. Nothing in that room. We have a chest in this room, which will net us a shield, I believe. Yeah, the target shield. And then we'll go through here. We got a ladder, which we can climb up. Oh, I'm so glad that boss is dead. I can never stand that boss fight. Comment down below if you actually like that boss fight. And if so, could you please tell me why? And that gives us a new spell, the Hush spell. But seriously, I'd like to know why anyone would actually like that fight. I haven't met a single person that does. So, jump over here. And we've got this room right here, which is your normal way up, which also has a hidden door with an explodey guy in it. No one likes guys that explode. Anyway, it's only some rogue water, but still, that guy has killed me before when I went to go get the item. And run back here, and there's another one that's gonna blow himself up. And then we have another bonfire, and we can go back to Majula once again to level up. I'm glad that fight's done. I've had times where, like, if I remember correctly, my first time playing Dark Souls 2, the original Dark Souls 2, it took me a good 10 to 12 tries to kill Ruined Sentinel. I just couldn't for the life of me kill that boss. I just couldn't. It was so difficult to fight. Anyway, now I can go ahead and increase some more stuff. Go ahead and get myself some more health as well. And so, yes, leveling up. And now that I'm high enough level, I can actually use the Varrigan sword. And I'll admit, it's a pretty cool looking sword. It works just like the broadsword though, so, because it's a straight sword class weapon, but it's a little stronger. The only downside is, if you look at their durability, my broadsword is 60, and the Varrigan sword is 40. So the Varrigan sword also weighs more, so So I could probably switch it out though. It shouldn't affect my rolling speed, yeah. Because if your equipment load down in the bottom right corner reaches 70%, that's when you'll start fat rolling. At this point, I'm just mid-rolling. So, there we go. So, now that's done, I can head back to the Exile holding cell. Oh wait, no, I don't need to go there. Damn it, I went to the wrong place. Whoops. My bad. I didn't need to be here. Not yet, anyway. We're heading to the servants' quarters is where we're going. But so yeah, so moving on from that boss fight, we can move on to the next section, but that will happen in the next video. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I hope to see you all come back for the next video. So long!